Hey folks, this is Jay Cuss from RCuss Gaming, bringing you a video about djembe grinding. This is going to be a series of 5, and I'm going to look at the different individual areas of grinding in Hustle Castle. So again, today is going to be djembe, and then we're going to look at arena, portal, dungeon, and event grinding. And I picked djembe because that's what I've been doing over the last couple of weeks quite intensively. You can kind of look at my Kraken tokens already and see that. And I've also done pretty well last season and this season with grinding. So I'm going to try to show you a spell-less setup to start grinding djembe. Now, I can't guarantee that. I don't know if it's going to happen by the end of this video, but I do hope to show you that. So I'm going to start the journey. I'm already at 200 diamonds. If you're grinding djembe, it is a diamond intensive grind. So you can notice my setup here is based on the speed. Sans actually did a recent video about the character speed. You can take a look at that. But I have my setup already kind of saved here from my previous squad, and this is what I bring to the match. So I'll discuss this as I get into the actual runs. The first 10 or so are quite easy. Alright, so confirm. Alright, so I have this basic setup, but I do actually rotate in my priest. So you'll notice that I'm running 3 tanks and 4 mages, and the mages all have some kind of heal on them. So this is my priest that has all of these heals. This is a res and a damage equals heal oracle. I then have, let's see, this is incinerator, and we have, what is this, restore over time, and this is Darkula with the purchase set. So this also has res on the soul. So a lot of heal and resurrect on these characters. So I'm going to try to talk through doing a lot of these early battles, and they should be very quick. So the idea is the first, I'd say 10 or so stages are pretty easy and should be battles that you're not taking any losses. I would also recommend, you didn't see that on the first stage, but I would recommend still using your active relic to make sure that you're actively involved in the grind. This will hopefully cut off any kind of extra damage that might be done to your squad. Might give you a little bit extra time to resurrection whenever your units fall, and is kind of a strategy that I would use to really mitigate any damage, particularly early on. You know, many times I'll notice that if I just happen to forget using my relic, you know, I could lose a member of my squad. And the goal is not to lose anyone for the first 10 stages or so. So we're on, after this, I think 5 victories. And you will notice that my warrior and mage health does fluctuate quite a bit. That's why I do have quite a lot of resurrect and heal on my units. And so what I'm really trying to do is, in case I do get a loss or one of my units killed, that they can be resurrected within that battle, and so they're not permanently lost, or I guess semi-permanently lost, which we'll get to in a little bit here. But the idea is I'm not using any of these spells on the bottom, and that really is going to save you a lot of time, particularly in queuing up spells and training spells. It also takes some of your elixir to do that, and the higher level your spells are, the more elixir it will cost. Again, I'm running a 3 tank and 4 mage setup. I have talked to people who are running 8-man squads, and they are running 3 tanks and 5 mages. So similar setup. When I was doing this at 6-man squad, I believe I was doing 2 tanks, 3 mages, and 1 archer. Although, having done this quite a bit now, I would recommend doing the 2 tanks and possibly 4 mages. You can let me know in the comments if that's worked for you. And yeah, so we're through the beginning stage of this djembe run. So stages, I'd say, 12, 13, you're looking at the kind of middle of it, and this is where you really want to conserve your units. I may lose one or two, but since I have 5 as backup, hopefully that will mitigate any kind of issues that I'll have in this run. So it looks like I'm very fortunate. Again, maybe 2 of them are at a sliver of health, and the idea here is to keep them alive. If I can keep everyone alive to round 14, I'm pretty good for clearing it. All right, so that round I lost quite a few units here, so 3. Usually, if I'm losing that many around this, I probably have to use a spell, but we'll see if I can get to the end of it without doing it. The biggest issue is you want to keep only a few of them dying around the mid levels. I'm taking heavy losses already, but we'll see if I can't do it here. So I have a very minimal squad. I haven't done any kind of spells or revives quite yet, so let's see if we can pull out a win here. Hoping that my tanks can really do a lot of the damage here. And yeah, it was close, but that's a spell this run. So if you're really grinding djembe, it's important to avoid using spells entirely. I got very fortunate at the end after taking some losses in the middle. So that's kind of the basic squad setup, a little bit about spells and usage. And the next thing I would talk about is using the videos. I generally use the videos if I have to when I can get a guaranteed next level or complete the whole set of 15 out of 15. The last thing that probably has been covered by a lot of other people, not just me, but to invest in gems, and pretty much everyone has a consensus of unlocking violet gems. I think Sans had a video of unlocking these legendary gem chests, and the return on them was very horrific. I don't think he got anything better than, blues. And so, yes, it says that there's a chance of getting a ancient gem, but I mean, I don't think I've even seen legendary, let alone even purple, and at least you have guaranteed purples through here. So that's kind of the basic gist of djembes and djembe runs. You want to be stringing them together. Sometimes it can be a little bit more intensive than other runs because you do want to be activating your relic in order to get the most benefit for your squad and not to be dying. But yeah, I run the 5 mages and 3 tanks for 8-man. I would run the 4 mages and 3 tanks for the 7-man, and then what I haven't tried, but what I'd recommend for a 6-man, doing 2 tanks and 4 mages. And hopefully with enough heal and resurrect, you can make sure that your squad survives to the very end without using any spells, so you can start really grinding djembe and see some of you guys up on the leaderboards, because there's nice little boosts and bonuses at the end. So thank you all for listening, and take care. This is Jay Cuss from Arcos Gaming. Bye.